Alright, so in this vid today, I'm going to be speaking about Keon Johnson and the Portland Trail Blazers, and I'm going to be highlighting his potential role in this upcoming season. But before I do that, make sure you like the vid, subscribe to the channel, and I'd appreciate if you dropped a sub, because at the end of the day, if you hate my content in a week's time, guess what? You can always unsubscribe. I'd appreciate if you gave my channel a go. I'd appreciate the support. Let's see how many new subs we can get in this one video. But let's cut the waffle now. Let's jump right into the video. So Keon Johnson was acquired midway through last season in a trade that sent Rocco and Norman Powell to the Clippers and Keon plus more to the Blazers. Now, Keon was by far the most intriguing piece in that entire trade, and he kind of did split opinion in his time in Portland so far. I mean, he does have a lot of upside, get me wrong, but there were some games where he looked, okay, cool, we have something here. And there were some games which he looked really unpolished, which is fine because he's just a rookie. He's barely scratching 20 yet, you know what I'm trying to say? He has a lot of time. But overall, between both teams, he averaged around 7.2 points, 2 rebounds and 2 assists on 35% from the field, which wasn't great, and 34% from 3, which is just a tick under league average, so not too bad there, was it? But we're talking about his rotational spot this year. What will help him carve out a role in his rotation, well, in Chauncey Billups' rotation this upcoming season, because the competition's got more steep. You've got more people to compete with. You've got GP2, you've got Shaden Sharp, you've got Nasir Little, you've got Josh Hart, you've got so many people that can play the same positions as you. By the way, Justice Winslow, and also I believe I mentioned Nasir Little can also play the 4 also, but you know what I'm trying to say. But overall, Keon just has a lot of competition for these places, so what will help him potentially have an edge over some of these guys? That will definitely be his defensive side and also his ability to knock down the 3-ball. And let's highlight the 3-point percentage right now. So overall, he shot around 34%, which, like I said, was a tick on the league average, as league average was 35.4%. But by no stretch of the imagination, 34% is not bad. That's still decent, you know what I'm trying to say. But what was kind of interesting is how that 34% came about, because usually guys shoot a high percentage on catch and shoot threes and a low percentage on pull-up threes. Well, guess what? Keon was completely different, as on catch and shoot threes on 1.6 of those per game, he only shot 29%, which is not great, because if you're going to be playing alongside Dame Dollar and Ant Simons, you need to be a good catch and shoot player as well as cutter, which he already is. However, on pull-up threes on 1.1 of those per game, he shot 40.1% or 40.5%, which is good, because I don't know about you, but if you're shooting a high percentage of pull-up threes and a decent amount per game, you're likely a good 3-point shooter, because trust me, pull-up threes are not easy to knock down at a high clip. But Keon definitely does need to improve on the catch and shoot side of things. But in his defense, in almost every game he played, Damian Lillard didn't play. I don't think he's played with Dame yet. And Ant Simons missed a good chunk of the games he's played. Well, guess what? With those two on the floor, that's going to open up the floor for you so much. You're going to have way more open and easier looks from beyond the arc, as Dame Lillard and Anthony Simons are going to be one of the best offensive backcourts in the NBA, one of the best 3-point shooting backcourts in the NBA, and overall both one of the best 3-level scorers in the NBA, both of them respectively. So that's just going to help your case, isn't it? But what definitely is a good sign is that on open threes he shot around 37%, on a wide open threes he shot around 35%. So with the looks he's getting becoming more easier, I definitely anticipate him to shoot a higher percentage from 3 and just be a more effective 3-point shooter, which he's already a decent one so far. But the better you can get, the more likely you are to carve out a strong rotational spot in this upcoming season. And also defensively, he's very locked in the defensive end. I feel like has a lot of potential. He's very raw in the defensive end, pause. However, he does have a lot of intangibles which I like. He hustles on that end, he works hard the defensive end of the floor, he's good in passing lanes, and overall he's very mobile for his height, and he can definitely guard 1 through 3. So those things alone, being a 3-and-D guy, if he continues to improve as a cutter, continues to improve as a finisher at the rim, then I don't see why he doesn't have a spot in this rotation, because he really can play. Keon Johnson is a nice piece to have, but it just depends on how much he develops in this upcoming season. And there's no rush. He can definitely be a contributing factor in 2 years' time, but I'm saying maybe this year he could fast track it if he does develop and improve at a rate which I anticipate him to potentially. But one thing that doesn't help him is, like I said, the competition he's going to face, because it's not going to be easy, because you've really got some serious guys in the same position as you. These guys aren't some scrubs. These are some guys which are going to start on a lot of teams. GP2 is probably one of the most important pieces on the Golden State team, and now he's in Portland. So maybe Keon can learn a lot from Gary Payton II on the defense side side of the ball. But yeah, I do feel like Keon can definitely be a great player for Portland going forward. And overall, if I was to predict his role, as the video says, I do anticipate him getting around 15 minutes per game. Nothing large and nothing too small, but it will definitely be a process for him, and it will take him a couple years to definitely be a solid rotational piece. Like Anthony Simons, he wasn't a rotational piece straight away. Just over time, his role grew. And I'm not saying Keon Johnson has the potential of Anthony Simons because he's a stud, but don't get me wrong, it will take time for these things to happen. And Portland have a great track record of developing young players. Just look at CJ, Dame, Ant Simons, etc. The list just goes on. You know, he's in good hands, trust me, but I just feel like it would be too soon to give him a massive role in the rotation. However, those 15 minutes off the bench can definitely be key, as he's definitely an energy guy. Like, Keon's the type of guy who you can be down by 3 or 4, he comes on, has a highlight play, a nice defensive play, goes down the other end and flushes it down. That can completely change the environment in the arena and get the crowd on their feet, and that can completely change the momentum. Those type of players are definitely underrated, and it's definitely what Keon has up his sleeve to provide for the Trailblazers next season. So overall, let me know what you guys feel about Keon in the comment section down below. I was a bit all over the place in this video, but you know, I'm a bit sick, so I'm just trying to get back into the swing of making videos, you feel me? But yeah, let me know what you guys feel in the comment section down below. I just said that, I repeat myself again. But yeah, drop a like, subscribe again, and I appreciate you guys for listening to this video, and I'm out. Peace.